All right, we're live. What's up, YouTubers? Welcome to another Marvel team up. Today, I have the honor of being joined by the Symbiote Supreme himself, the man with 3 Marvel Legend reveals, and the guy who put the walk, the hand-John, and balancing act on the forefront. He's the user of the word John and the one and only just J Hernandez. Thanks for joining me, Jay, today as we go over our top 5 figures of 2022 so far, in no particular order, though.
Oh yeah, no particular order on my end, and thank you so much for for having me today, bro. I dig the nickname, the Symbiote Supreme. I'll allow it.
You allow
I'll allow it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to get it out of the way, and it is something that I had mentioned on my channel as well, is that Symbiote Spidey is totally out of the running. Of course, he is honorary for 2021 and 2022. If I were to put this guy in any type of ranking, it would be horribly biased and unfair. so he's totally just out. He is out. So I'm gonna try and do my best to go on. You know, seeing that this is one of the best figures ever made for the price.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, no, I think I've got some pretty all right and diverse picks here.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I like to think mine is, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But what I want to start off with like a kind of like a honorable mentions before we kick off our our 5. And I'll go ahead and kick us off. This one is from a property, to be honest with you, I'm not really too familiar with, but I've seen it getting a lot of rave reviews in the community. It is the Bandai Ultimate Legends Young Naruto for $10, and I picked this up at Target, I believe it was, for $10. Yeah, and it was just the amount of articulation they put in this little figure is insane, dude. Like,
what is that? That's Bandai USA, right?
Yep.
Right on. Yeah. So what do they call anime heroes? What's the line?
It's Ultimate Legends. So basically,
Ultimate Legends. There you go.
Yeah, they did this for Dragon Ball Z with the Evolve series, and then they start doing it now for Naruto. So it's like I've been seeing people talking about it. I was like, you know, let me give it a try. And like I bought it about 2 weeks ago, but it's one of those like pocket figs I brought with me everywhere. That like, yeah, like,
nice.
There's like a cut at the ankle too, like ankle articulation. There's a boot cut, like it's insane. There's thigh swivel. Yeah. There is one, you know, downside to it. You know, it's $10. I expect it, but like when you try to turn the hip, like it just comes off. But it's easily like,
oh man, even the greatest of imports do that.
Yeah,
so, yeah, it's like he ain't sweating nothing off of no one right there. I mean, you look at like you know, Rebel Tech, Mafex, like they will all do that exact same thing. So yeah, I definitely don't sweat stuff like that at all.
Yeah, but in terms of fun factor, it's there. It's just I feel like a poser. I've watched like some of this series, but not too many of it. You know.
You know, I actually, when it comes to just the newer stuff that the kids are watching, me, as I say in all my 40 years right now. Like, I mean, I was so happy when I heard that Trigun was back on the table. They're gonna be they're gonna be recreating that. But like when it comes to like stuff like, how do you say it, Naruto?
Please correct us, y'all, if you're here.
I have no idea.
Not Naruto.
I don't know either.
I was admittedly.
I don't know, man. I'm not from your country. You're a lot younger than I am. So like, yeah, I have no idea. Like this newer stuff, like or basically like what, like stuff like this. Dragon Ball, I never got into because it was a little after my time. You know, like all sorts of stuff. Like my cutoff point was like the stuff that they used to show like on Adult Swim back in the day. Like freaking Inuyasha was probably like my last go around with.
Oh, okay. I remember that.
But yeah, man. But no, that's a sweet little figure.
Yeah. All right. That is my first honorable mention we have too. And I apologize, a little bit of audio feedback on my end, like echoing.
Let's see. So I'll go ahead and bring mine out. So Sentinel Spidey it's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous piece of work. And the reason why this one is in an honorable mention category, rather than, you know, part of the top 5. Number one, of course, is the price. You know, I think for what it is that you get, it's great. But at the same time, with what it was that we were able to get with Sentinel Miles, you know, the one thing that I really liked was that there were a couple of looks. Now, of course, in this, you know, we are looking at Peter B. Parker, and the other one that you could have gotten was Peter Parker, of course. So, you know, those are like the 2 looks. I'm like, well, but they're so, you know, aside from like a head sculpt and like a belly swap, they're so similar. You know, they're really, really similar. Now, if it had been something a bit different, like Miles, you know, this one probably would have been pretty up there. Granted, you know, the paint on this is terrific. The sculpt, the amount of articulation scene that, of course, like the moment that I put this guy in a if I can get this, in a true squat, I was like, there's no way, like I'm not taking it out. Seeing that, like, it was just so exciting, you know, to have a Spidey figure that could do this with the greatest of ease. So, you know, those are the things that it definitely has going for it. But as far as what it has that's not going for it, it kind of put it just like on that back end. I mean, granted, just to be in the top 10 itself is terrific, you know, and not only that, there's been so many figures that have come out this year already that this guy is that good that he's still just in it to win it. So yeah, I think this is a terrific figure, but like I said, just price is a factor there. Availability, of course, is another factor. And then as far as just the number of looks, you know, that you can get from this guy.
Yeah. And was that the one that came with the big statue, or
the big old freaking bear head or lion head or whatever it was? I got the one that was just au regular, like no base, no nothing. And the thing is that even without it, it's still expensive. You know?
Yeah. Jay, can I ask you something? Echoing on your end?
Pardon?
Am I getting echoing on your end? Because my girlfriend was telling me it's echoing.
The only thing that's happening on my end is that your mic is breaking up just a little bit.
A little bit? Okay. Sorry about that.
Now am I echoing for you right
now? No, apparently it's just echoing on my end.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Let me try this. I'm going to try muting my mic back in. Cool. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep chugging through this because I apologize. I might, after your next one, I might jump out and jump back in to see if it fixed the audio issue. I apologize, y'all. All right. Well,
unless you wanted to go back to your regular setup, and I'll just hang here for a little bit.
Yeah. We'll go and do that. With us, I'll leave the floor, Jay.
Cool. Let's see. I'll actually see about putting this on an auxiliary screen right now. I actually have no idea if we have anybody in attendance so far. If anyone has any comments, questions, or concerns right now, old J Hernandez cannot handle them, as it were. So let me go ahead and lower the volume on this real quick. And let me go ahead and just go to the link on my Instagram, and we'll see if there's anybody in the house right now. Seeing that, of course, I can't see the the activity on my phone. So let me go ahead and find the link.
Okay. I'm back here.
Oh, yeah. I can definitely hear you. Yeah.
All right. Damn, it's still echoing. I wonder what it is. All right. Well, hopefully it's a little bit better. Before I move on with the other honorable mention, Fobster said I better have some Mezcos on these lists. We'll see, dude. We'll see.
Dude, well, the thing about Mezco right now. Fabio in the house. What's up, man? The thing about Mezco right now is that what it is that they have done, I believe, as far as some of the best figures that they've made so far. Granted, I think that Spidey 2099 is a terrific figure, but with what it is that they've done with the new Pink Skulls, they're gorgeous. Like, I don't know how anything's going to top that for the rest of the year. Like, I just don't. Especially with the amount of accessories that they come with, just the amount of soft goods that they come with. It really is just a beautiful set.
Yeah, that hurt my wallet, man. I was on the
dude. Last week, don't even get me started, man. Last week was a horrible week because you had that beautiful Mondo He-Man that just came out. So I couldn't say no to that. Like I broke out the paying for for that. And then the day after the Pink Skulls came out. So like yesterday was like close to like a $500 week, man.
Not like, including food.
That is like no joke. Like that's like that's like beyond my pay scale right now. I'm like, yeah, it's like I'm not making that much to spend $500 a week on collectibles, but
gonna do it anyway.
Oh yeah, dude. Like it's like if I can find some type of way to where that we can put that joint on layaway. Yeah, that'll work out.
Yeah, sorry about that. Thanks for taking over the step away, dude. All right. So next honorable mention. I had to throw one for my McFarlane homies, the DC Multiverse line, but I've got Batman from Batman 3 Jokers on here for my honorable mention. Reason being is I grew up during the Michael Keaton era, and I know it's really hard to have like a definitive classic Batman from McFarlane Toys. So this is as close as it is for me right now for like a classic Bat. He's a little bit large in scale, but those just scream like Tim Burton style. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. You're a lot braver than I am of just getting those make-up DC figures. I and of course, like all power to like the folks who love them.
Yeah.
I just can't give them the time of day. For me, it's the wacky scale, man. It really is just that wacky scale.
So yeah, that's one of the things about this. Like he's like way taller than Superman, and I'm like, damn it. So like when I do the photos, I do like what you did in your bit. It's perspective, just
let's see. See 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to. Oh man, I'm not. It's like I'm here, like already, like bargaining with myself as to like which honorable mention I'm here looking at right now, because like it's between the big dudes.
Okay.
And you know what? Like if you were to ask me, if you asked me today. If you ask me to see him, that I keep going back and forth, I think I probably have to go with Super 7 Mum-Ra, which I think is it really is just a gorgeous figure. And of course, for those of us who are nostalgia hounds, I really think that this is probably one of their better figures in this line. Just as far as just like with the way that the blue just pops, the soft goods, really just like the articulation, it is what it is. It's that Masters of the Universe Classics type of just scheme right there. But that's not to say that it doesn't get the job done. It really does get the job done. And then when you just put all these things together, it just makes for a really good looking figure, in my opinion. And the one that I just keep going back and forth with, when it comes to like the big figure, is Zangel. Like it's always between these two right there. But if you ask me today, as far as the second honorable mention, I'm like, you know what, it would be Mum-Ra here. And not only that, of course, it's all preference. It's my bias toward the character. I know a lot of folks aren't really too nuts about what it is that Super 7 is putting out these days, but I do really enjoy their Thundercats line, and of course I love this figure here.
Yeah, it looks like a whole figure. It looks dope. But I should just say that too. Like, guys, these are our preferences, so there's nothing, whatever we like. So that's going to be our list. So
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing official about this except for me and pack photos. It's like it's just our official list, as it were. So nobody get your feelings hurt.
Yeah. I gotta ask you, Jay, do you have, because I'm betting this Batman's probably as tall as that figure.
More than likely.
Have you
I want to say it's probably like about like what, maybe like anywhere between 8.5 and 9 inches. Somewhere around there.
Not that far off, dude.
So it'll probably be like about like right here.
Do you have, for any pickups in 2022, have you had any DC multiverse stuff or no?
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna send you one, dude, after this.
The one that I probably would have cracked on if it wasn't so damn huge is I probably would have gotten Swamp Thing.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Swamp Thing is a really good looking figure, but damn if that thing isn't just. I'm like, bro, like, what the hell am I gonna do with a 12-inch Swamp Thing? Like, I wouldn't even be able. Like, he still wouldn't even be able to be displayed here at all. Like, like I could do nothing with that guy.
Yeah, even with the mega figs, it's a little out of scale. Like, I saw Killer Croc the other day, and I'm like, this is the one you skimped out on. You put less plastic in this, dude.
I will say though that Man Bat and that Killer Croc, they actually look pretty good. Now, any like when I had heard Todd talk about mega figs, I'm like, oh, okay, cool, 8 inches, 9 inches, that's awesome. But like we're talking about like these things are just straight up 6 scale figures. I'm like, bro, who's got room for that kind of stuff, man?
Yeah. I'm just laughing at the thought of putting a Swamp Thing in that diorama, and it's like
it's like it's as big as a diorama. It's like, yeah, this just ain't happening. This just ain't happening at all.
Those are dope honorable mentions, man. That one looks really, really like that hulking like character from Super 7.
Oh yeah, I absolutely love this Mumra. Let's see, I'll go ahead and put these guys over here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and watch the show.
And for those of you that didn't see mine, these are my 2 honorable mentions. But with that being said, now we're gonna crack into the 5. It's no particular order, but I'll kick us off. That's cool with EJ?
Yeah, by all means.
So this one is from a property, I guess you said earlier, you never really watched, but it's from the Dragon Star series, Dragon Ball Z. It's Vegeta. It is the Saiyan Saga one. Sorry, real quick. Ready 697 says McFarlane Lobo rocks. Yeah, it is a good figure, actually. I do have that one. But anyways, yeah, this is pretty nostalgic for me because growing up early, like late 90s, early mid 90s, I didn't have cable. So when Dragon Ball Z came on, they kept playing the same damn episodes on repeat on syndication, right? My first exposure was like, oh, that's what Vegeta looked like in the Dragon Ball Z. So when I saw this and I saw what the gentleman who's in charge of the Dragon Star series line in the Western area, his name is Mr. Sugimatsu. And basically he said he's the same way. He's like, yeah, I grew up in the States and Dragon Ball Z was playing, but it was never in sequential order. It was always the same things playing over and over again. But this is more so like a nostalgic pickup for me because I know everyone has SH Figure Arts now because they've like dived deep in the character selection. But this one, the SH Figure Arts version of this came out, I think, 4 years ago. And now it's going for Mad Bread on the aftermarket. So for like a $20 alternative, like this is good for shelf presence alone. And just like he even has the Scouter glasses on. So it's pretty dope. The thing I do like about Dragon Star series, though, is just like you saw with that Naruto figure, it popped apart. So like, if you're ever afraid of testing the limits on articulation, you don't have to worry with these figures because they'll just pop out and put it back in. So there's
put it back.
Same goes for like the shield. Like the shield can just, if you want to test the articulation with arms up, you can do it. But it's more so just a nostalgia trip for me for this one. But,
nice.
And I'm probably going to get flack because nobody actually collects Dragon Star series anymore, but I'm one of the few that still do.
Wait, so Dragon Star series, so I take it that's like what? That's Bandai USA, yeah?
Yeah, that's like their stuff you'll find like at the retail shops like Walmart, Target. They have the anime heroes and they also have Dragon Star series. They have a few other ones, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like the one thing that you can always depend on, like when it comes to any type of American brand making these figures, whether it's Hasbro, whether it's Bandai USA, whether it's McFarlane, you will always know that they will be sturdy as hell, you know, because like, of course, you know, they are trying to market to adults, but you know, for the odd kid, you know, who picks up one of these things, they're not gonna, unless you're gonna strap it to a damn bottle rocket, or you know, you're gonna give it to your dog to chew on. Yeah, of course something's going to happen, but you know, with just normal wear and tear, posing and playing, you know, I do think that yeah, like they do have a lot of longevity, you know, when it comes to just keeping their shape, you know, paint and whatnot. Always some good stuff.
Yeah, and just like and oh, sorry, before I move on, Thomas Brock says, "Sup, Just Jay, where'd you find those statues in the back of your Dio?"
Oh, sorry, bro. I have no idea. You'd have to ask Myron Studios about that. MAYRUAN Studios on Instagram, seeing that they are the guy. Well, he is the guy, as it were, who made this this diorama here. Very, very talented artist. This is kind of just become my live diorama.
I noticed that. That's why I was like, man, maybe I should do it with mine. And then like the echoing happened. So now you just have to see my ugly mug.
See, I'm doing folks a favor that they don't have to see mine. So, which is why I came up with this setup.
You got the is that the Snapple you got on hand, dude?
Oh no, dude, I got some Wawa half and half right now, man.
Oh, all right. But yeah, that's mine. My crack in the top 5.
Right on, man. Let's see. I think I'll go ahead and go with probably one of my safest bets right here. And like I said, as far as like my picks, these are in no particular order, seeing that I am still trying to come up, you know, with the year's hierarchy right now. But you know, I can say confidently that yes, Storm Shadow will be somewhere in this top 5. And really, you know, it all depends on how it shapes up with the rest of the figures here. But of course, there's still a lot more that just needs to come out this year. And even like on my last live, it was basically between Storm Shadow and the Bat, seeing that I think the Bat is just a lovely figure. But as far as just, you know, as far as just like staying true to the classic look, as far as just the amount of articulation, as far as just the amount of new pieces that they gave him, pinless tech, accessories, this Storm Shadow really is a gorgeous figure. And you can see just plainly, like if you know, when you have it in hand, that, you know, the designers behind this, the sculptors behind this, it really just does look like a labor of love here, because it is truly spectacular. Just to hold in hand, or just, I mean, like I even said, just to look at is gorgeous. Now, as far as, like I said, you know, if it's going to stay, you know, or if it's just going to get replaced by something else, I have no idea. Like, I know that Crocmaster, for those of us who pre-ordered that on Hasbro Pulse, wouldn't you know, it actually shipped out. It's coming. I'm actually really excited about that. So once I get that in hand, and just knowing that that thing comes with a freaking crocodile, oh man, that's gonna be tough. Like, that is gonna be tough. And like, even so, like with Storm Shadow's Wave Mate here, I mean, even Spirit is a gorgeous figure here. Yeah. It really is a gorgeous figure here. And the one thing that I think sets the one thing that sets us apart, you know, before I lose that thought, from like the other Joes, is just the head sculpt itself. You know, if I can,
I'm a full screen.
There we go. Ah, cool. Is the head sculpt itself. Now you look at this guy, like, you know, he doesn't have just like that semi grin like Duke and Flint. Like, you look at this guy right here, it's like, oh, he is absolutely ready for battle, which is terrific. And I think that's one thing that had been missing from a lot of these Joe figures is that, you know, everyone is just so friendly. And of course, you know, they should be, you know, they're the heroes of our story. But at the same time, you know, there's something about a nice stoic face that I dig, you know, on just the regular Joe figures.
Yeah. I remember when that one was announced at PulseCon, dude. That was like on my list to order. Like that thing looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, that Storm Shadow definitely has shelf presence just by looking at it. That's cool. Entirely pinless too, man. That croc I saw was on Amazon and I missed it. And I'm like, damn it, I just want that crocodile, dude.
Yeah, I think it has like a posable jaw and everything. I think like a posable tail.
Yeah. I was gonna use that for Loki. That's like, oh, I can put it with my Loki.
Oh, that is terrific. Now, who you got next, man?
Oh, okay. So I don't know if you're down Storm Shadow. Next on my list, the first is a Marvel Legends we got here is the Marvel Legends King Valkyrie. I was going back and forth between this one or Mighty Thor for my 5, but I've always been a fan of Tessa Thompson's portrayal of Valkyrie in the MCU. And I'm not quite sure how, like, you know, Natalie Portman's portrayal of Mighty Thor is going to be. I'm sure it's fine, but it's something about Valkyrie that I like much better. I'd like the pinless double jointed elbows on a female figure.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, the texturing on like the Asgardian armor just looks amazing. I thought the last Valkyrie figure we got like 3 years ago was good. This one was even better, like the photoreal tech of like the likeness of Tessa Thompson, and then like the detailing on her braids was just awesome, man. So badass. That's why I had to pick her over Mighty Thor. So King Valkyrie next on my list.
Oh, man, I'll tell you the truth, man. Like, I have that Mighty Thor. I still have yet to take it out of the package. I just have not gotten around to it. I feel like the biggest jerk. Like, I bought that thing as soon as they dropped on Amazon. I got it, and I just got really busy. And it's actually just like sitting like right next to me, still in its package, and I have yet to even bust that out.
You know, it's funny about that. I was watching because when you had your live stream a couple weeks ago, I was watching the replay back then. I was like, oh, he didn't take it out of the box. I don't wonder if it's out now. And then I was just like, nah, it's still in the box.
No, still in his box. But no, that really is a gorgeous figure. I think as far as that wave itself, it's a really nice wave. It really is a really nice wave.
Yeah. And the thing that it does lack, you know, more accessories, but I guess it's expected with, like, you know, movie lines. They have a certain amount of budget they can use or whatever, but still a very nice wave though, man.
Yeah. And you see, like, as far as just like the amount of accessories, like it's the one trade-off that I've learned to live with when it comes with anything Hasbro. Like, as far as just any type of new pieces, you know that you are going to lose something down the way. You know, for like any piece of new sculpt, you will lose a hand, you will lose a sword, a knife, you know, a blaster, you know, whatever. Yeah. And I always find that, like, as far as just with what it is that third-party artists are doing right now, as far as, you know, any type of extra accessories, you know, that they'll make, as far as any type of soft goods, I'm like, all right, you know, we can go ahead and meet each other halfway here. If there's ever anything missing from a Power Ranger, from a Star Wars figure, from a Marvel Legend, of course, you can always find an artist that's making something for it, which is terrific.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why I use GPS a lot for a lot of my soft goods on my.
Oh yeah, man! I'll still go to them every now and again. They're great.
Yeah. But for Mjolnir's, Thomas Brock says Tractor Supply Sales. Alligators with articulated jaws. They're very, very nice and very close to 1/12 scale. Oh, cool. Awesome. Yeah, thank you. That's Valkyrie. Who you got next, Jay?
Let's see. Next. Now, it was between. Now, this is kind of like my import category right here. I had just gotten Homelander in from Ame about, I want to say, like a week to a week and a half ago, and it's a terrific figure. Granted, the one thing that really took away from it was that the shoulder sculpt, binds up the shoulder articulation. So I had thought that one would go ahead and dethrone the old armored Batman here, but seeing that there was a problem with the articulation, I was like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and stick with the armored Batman here. And the one thing that I really like, well, there's many things that I like about this Batman figure, is that, of course, number one, it's true to the source material. But then number two, what it was that Mafex was able to do was just to have all this bulk, yet still not get in the way of articulation. Like, you'll find, when it comes to a lot of larger figures, especially from American companies, you'll find that usually that bulk comes with a price. You'll find that most of the time some of these larger figures just don't move very well. They look great, but they don't move well. Whereas what it is that Mafex was able to do with this Batman is just keep the bulk, yet have him move like a darn ballerina. Seeing that the guy's just light on his feet. Let me see if I can just. It's the one thing about this. There we go. It's the one thing about and he also has sculpted feet too, so it's a little difficult. But it's the one thing about this this diorama is that it's ruins. So of course the ground is very uneven because it's just dirt. So it makes it hell for balancing. But you're checking me out, dude. Like I'm giving it that college track right now. Let's see. There we go.
Boom.
Don't fall. There we go. And then of course you look at the soft goods cape, which is terrific. Plenty of accessories, hands, heads. Yeah, I absolutely just love this figure. If anything, this is probably the best, at least in my opinion, the best import figure so far of 2022. Now, granted, I do have, and keep in mind, I have been poo-pooing this thing for a bit, but I have that Buzz Lightyear coming in from SH Figure Arts.
Oh, okay.
And I think that thing looks ridiculous, man. But I still pre-ordered it because I'm not going to let everybody have all the fun. But I'm looking at that, of course, like that's pretty much as bulky as this. And you just look at the figure itself. It's incredibly toyetic. Mm-hmm. It looks like a lot of fun. So I couldn't help but pick it up, and I can't wait to see if it gives Armored Batman here a run for its money.
Yeah, when I was watching your live stream, you mentioned that was like the import category was for that Batman. That was for the import comic company. Would you say?
Yeah, because it was pretty much between him and between, and this is, and as I pick it up, there's a reason why it wasn't this guy. Between the new
Yamaguchi,
the new Yamaguchi Deadpool, and as soon as I pick this guy up, of course, all of his accessories just come popping off. I'm like, yep, this is why it's not you. I mean, don't get me wrong, great looking figure, like some of the best articulation out there. But man, is it frustrating when you want to put the accessories on and they just keep popping off. That seems to be the running problem when it comes to Rebel Tech.
That I did notice that, but I also like how it looks like it's pulled right from a Rob Liefeld comic.
Right.
That Armored Batman articulation is impressive. I had the DC Collectibles or Direct one from last year. It was from like the animated series continues.
Oh, yeah.
There was virtually no articulation. So to see a diaphragm cut on that Armored Batman is insane.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. Like, it really is beautiful. So it's nice when that Superman is going to be coming out, and this Batman's going to be able just to give him a good wallop, and it's not going to take anything away in posability at all.
Yeah, I gotta start with my Mafex game. I only have one, and it was the Billy Butcher one I just got recently. I like it, but I got some Mafex. They've been stepping it up lately, man.
Oh yeah, it's terrific.
All right. So next on my list is one I didn't think I'd have on my list until I found out they were going to make this figure, and it came out in about February, I think. But it's the Mattel Elite Series 91 Rob Van Dam. Now, it's another one of those things like Vegeta. It's a lot of nostalgia for me on this because, one, I was a huge RVD fan growing up. I met the dude a couple years ago at WrestleCon. Super chill. And the cool thing I always liked about RVD was the singlets he'd wear. And this one was the first singlet I ever seen him wear when he wrestled in WWE. Sorry, dude, I'm about to go on a tangent, on a wrestling nerd tangent here. 2001 Invasion against Jeff Hardy, he wore this, but it was actually worn in ECW, I think Guilty as Charged in 2001, also prior to that. Anyways, I remember watching a DVD of RVD, and he was like, yeah, this is my airbrush artist. He's the one that makes all my singlets. And to compare it to what Jack Specific gave us, which I bought over 20 years ago.
Wow.
To see like how much it's improved, like technology-wise and design-wise. Like this is how they wrote RVD in the back then. And then this is like the actual one. So I was like, damn.
Oh, that is terrific.
Yeah, I got it right. There's noticeable stuff missing from the sides. Like this one says Mr. Pay-Per-View, which was his moniker. Yeah, the boots were nice. The boots back then were nice. It said Van Dam, just like this one does. But even, I mean, head sculpt is kind of questionable. Kind of looks like RVD. This one's a little bit better. He's got the actual Steven Seagal mullet or hair going on here. Entirely pinless too. So yeah, this was pretty dope for me to see them like finally remake an old figure that I was a huge fan of as a kid. Articulation's great on this. I do wish with Mattel though they would switch to a diaphragm instead of an ab crunch. But even the ab crunch here, like if you look at the skull, like it's continually painted on. So when you open it up, it's like it's actually stretching so you can see more of the jaw in there.
Yeah, that's terrific.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my next one. It's just a little bit of Rob Van Dam. That was my
that just goes to show just like the age difference between you and me. I'm like,
oh no,
Rob,
no.
I was like, Rob who?
Remember Rob Van Dam?
And then you saying, yeah, when I was a kid, I'm like, how old am I, man?
Yeah,
because like I think I kind of tuned out with wrestling. I think after the Attitude Era, after Stone Cold, I was like, all right, I think I'm good. You know, like I saw the disbanding of the NWO.
yeah.
You know, Scott Hall, may you rest in peace. You know, basically just saw him just at the at the pinnacle of his substance abuse problem. And yeah, after that, I kind of just tuned out. So like when I hear like all these new names, I'm like, yeah, I have no idea.
Wait a minute, Jay. This ain't no John Cena, all right? I'm old too, man. This was like 2001, I think.
the only dude to have gotten me back into wrestling, and I keep this guy around.
Nice.
You know, I keep him pretty close. Is seeing that I think this guy is so just terrific, and not only that, it's just a dang good looking sculpt. Is Benta. Like it really is just a gorgeous figure. I keep it with me for scaling purposes a lot.
Dude, the paint application on his tattoo is amazing too. I saw the guy at WrestleCon too. My friend met him.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So you gotta wonder like what he's like in real life. If he's just like, you know, just as nuts, or if he's just like really down to earth when he's like meeting fans and stuff.
Yeah. This was one of those occasions where it was cool to meet your hero because Rob was super chill when I met him.
Nice.
Yeah. But, yeah, so I guess we're not going to see any wrestlers on your list right now.
Not this year. Last year, it's amazing, dude. Like I took a lot of people by surprise when they saw Benta in my store. Like, Jay, they're like, oh snap, Jay likes wrestling. I'm like, no, Jay likes Benta.
That's exactly what I said when I saw your list. I was like, oh shit, he likes wrestling.
And I was like, no, it's like I got into him and his bro, and I was like, right on. So like I just started like catching just like singles of their matches on YouTube, and I was like, right on. It's like it's not something that I continually follow. Seeing that the last thing that I need is to get into something else. Like the last thing like my time or my wallet needs is to find another hobby. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'll just use wrestling as like a sometimes treat.
Yeah. Fabio says Penta's super nice and humble. Got to meet him at his lucha store in Pasadena. Wow, that's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anytime you want to dip in that pool of wrestling figures, let me know, Jay. I got you.
Right on.
All right. Who you got next, man?
Let's see. So seeing that Fabster's around, I'm gonna go ahead and show him what took the place of a Mezco figure. Oh. And yeah, we are looking at Felix Toys Rorschach, and I just got this week. It had taken me a bit. It actually had taken me a bit to warm up on this guy because, as we all know, sometimes third-party figures are a crapshoot. You have absolutely no idea what it is that you're going to get. Like sometimes, like VC Toy Box will make something look really good, but you'll get it in hand, and it's not great. It's just not great. Like for instance, there was a third-party symbiote that they had that I mean they didn't necessarily make it, but they had it for sale. And who was it? Benny's Figures had picked it up. He didn't like it, and I said, "All right, well, I'll buy it off you." And I got it. I don't like it, but seeing that it's a symbiote, I'm like, I can't turn it away. Like, nah, so you're just gonna chill with me here at my desk. So yeah, you find that like these third-party figures, even that that I put up today on my story, from 7 Toys that I got from VC's Toy Box. Good looking figure, not great, like not super duper great, like as far as posability, but as far as sculpt, as far as soft goods, it looks pretty good. Whereas getting back to the old Felix Toys Rorschach here, this guy is kind of the whole package. I mean, as far as just the amount of head sculpts he comes with, as far as the amount of hands, accessories, but not only that, like just the quality of the soft goods on this guy are just top notch. Like they are like it's to the point that I'm just really surprised that I am gushing over a third-party figure this much. And I want to say the last time that I gushed over a third-party figure was probably this Neo right here from PC Toys.
Oh wow.
Which I absolutely adore as well. So you find that every once in a while, you will be pleasantly surprised with what it is that these smaller companies are putting out. And yeah, it took me a little bit. Like at first, the first video that I had seen of this guy was I think it was Robo's. It was Robo's video. And usually when it comes to Robo's video, I just kind of just cut straight to the point. I'm like, all right, how's it pose? And how does it scale? I'll usually fast forward through everything else. Not that I don't like Robo, it's just that I don't have a lot of time to to watch toy videos these days. So I'm like, just give me the gist. So I had seen his video and I wasn't totally convinced. And then there we go. And then who was it? It was Toy Cinematography. It was Toy Cinematography on Instagram, and he took some really nice photos of this Felix Rorschach. And even so, I was like, wow, these are great photos. I was like, I still don't know if I'm sold. And then all it took damn floor. All it took for me to bite the bullet on this guy was he was immediately back in stock at 5K Toys, because before that he had been sold out for quite some time. So I kind of just forgot about it. And I was like, well, whatever. I missed my shot, boo-hoo. I'm just going to move on. But then seeing that they had it in stock again, I was like, oh, all right. I just got to see it for myself. So I finally, got it in hand, and yeah, dude, like this thing just does not disappoint at all. It really is a gorgeous figure. And not only that, it's been getting me to watch just Watchmen clips back on YouTube again. Like I actually hadn't seen anything from that film. I think like since it was like on like I think like HBO like back in the day.
Yeah.
And that's that. Like I didn't even give it a second thought. But like now I'm like, oh man, like I hope, they make Ozymandias. I hope they make Dr. Manhattan. I hope they make like all these folks so that this guy isn't just a standalone. But yeah, it really is a nice figure. And who it is that this guy took the place of in my my top was Atticus Doom.
Oh wow.
and Atticus I think is, like I said on my live, is a gorgeous figure. But as far as how, like I've said, how finicky some Mezco figures can be when it comes to just rearranging soft goods, when it comes to posability, when it comes to just keeping accessories in place, sometimes they're not as user-friendly as I'd like them to be. Great looking figures, but not user-friendly sometimes. Whereas this Rorschach, aside from me trying to balance him on this uneven terrain here, is incredibly user-friendly. Like there's no fear of me, doing anything to the soft goods. As far as just replacing hands and heads, it's all just very simple. And if there's one thing that I love in any figure is just how simple, or how easy to use it can be.
Yeah, that's definitely a huge selling point for me when it comes to figures is the ease of use and posing, right?
Yeah.
So is this the original name? Foster said the ink blot.
The ink blot. Yeah.
Cerebral. Ink blot. I had a question. So you said you saw the review, but that wasn't a selling point. It was mainly when it was back in stock. You're like, why not just give it a shot and see what?
Pretty much, dude. Like, and it was like what it was. It came back in stock 2 weeks ago on 5K Toys, and for the price of the figure, I mean, seeing that, of course, we are talking about a limited run. We are talking about, of course, an import as well. Yeah, I seen that. I think this thing ran me about $98. It's not bad. It really isn't bad. Like I'll break out the pay in 4. I'm like, yeah, why not?
I was gonna say I have one figure from Felix Toys. It was the clown. It's basically the Arthur Fleck.
Yeah, I've seen that one. That one actually looks pretty good too.
It's good, but the stitching could be a little bit better. So when I see that Rorschach's like stitching on the coat, that thing looks really nice.
Yeah, it actually, yeah, they really stepped it up on this one here.
Yeah.
I mean, even like with like the little epaulets here, it's pretty dang terrific.
I love how the fedora can come off.
Right? I love that he comes with the alter ego head as well.
Cerebral Deep said the soft goods quality are so good on that figure, plus the texture detail on the mask.
Yeah, dude, the texture on the air. I'll go ahead and bring it over again. Like, yeah, the texture. I mean, just take a look at that. Let me see.
Yeah.
Go ahead and find that contrast there. It is just gorgeous. And not only that, like you get like 2 other options for this head as well. Some great stuff.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put him back. All right. So that makes 3 picks for me right there.
Here is my 4th pick, and trust me, man, it's not because you're on here. This was definitely going to be on my list.
Oh, it's going to be on everybody's list, bro. It's that creative figure.
It really is.
I'll break mine out too. Yeah, I have them all over the house.
Yeah, we have the retro carded Symbiote suit Spider-Man, aka the Just J Hernandez Spider-Man, and his signature Secret Wars pose. So to me, this, I think we thought is a better use of the retro buck more so than the OG Spider-Man. There's pins in there, but they're black pins, so it doesn't really have to be pinless.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
And this is honestly, you can ask like my friends, my coworkers. I literally bring this with me everywhere. I brought this to the beach with me. I was doing some more balancing acts on there. But
nice.
The fun factor is definitely there, man. I've always been a fan of black suit Spidey over regular suit Spidey, except for the Topher Grace, or no, the Spider-Man 3 portrayal. Sorry, but yeah, it's just such a fun factor dude, with this figure. I think it was perfectly executed, man.
I just absolutely love this figure, man. Like I have like one here at the video desk. I have another one like right at the edit bay, and then I have another one right in back of me. Dude, I have these things all over the place. Like I practically army built this
you really are living up to the moniker Symbiote Supreme, man. You have them everywhere.
I mean, but the reason why is because, of course, like I like just the amount of whatchamacallit, just custom pieces that folks have been doing for this figure. Whether it's like this nice McFarlane head here, like you look at the one that Rio did. Which was the battle damaged head, which was awesome. There was another one that Amart had done, which skewed like a little bit more Mezco-ish / kind of Marvel versus Capcom, which was awesome. So yeah, like for like every single one of these, like they all have like a different head on it.
I have to check out that custom for that McFarlane one. That one looks pretty sick. I remember you posted it up on your story a while back.
Oh yeah, man. This one was made by Black Symbiote and Spider Machine. It's a dang great piece. Here, I'll go ahead and put it on real quick. Let's see.
Believe it or not, I forgot I had pre-ordered 3 of these from Big Bad Toy Store, and like I got the charge 2 weeks ago. It's like, hey, we're sending you your 3 black suit Spider-Mans. I forgot I pre-ordered 3 of them.
But yeah, you look at this, man. It's straight off a freaking 90s McF panel right there.
Yeah. I drew them with bigger eyes because yeah.
It's because no one had really been doing that in comics before.
Just break the anatomy. Yeah, but that's what you can do with this figure, man. You can get him in those wicked poses that he drew them in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely love it, and I cannot wait until they actually get that new Spidey with the pinless tech and the toe hinges, and give it an all black ski, man. Like that's what I'm waiting for now. Like, not that I don't love this one, I love this figure so much, but with toe hinges, oof, man, that is just game changing right there.
Well, we're still enjoying this one for now, though.
Most definitely. Definitely.
As in terms of popularity, Cerebral Deep says he's got his right there too. Same with Articulated Heroes. He says he freaking loves that figure.
Yeah, like this figure is going to be like, mark my words, this one will be on a lot of top 10s, and I think as far as just like how pleasing the figure is in general. Like, while I do like Cap, like I look at like just like these are like the 2 main releases of 2022 for me so far, which is this Cap and this Spidey. But I don't know, there's just something, and I think for me it's something that has to do much more than preference, is that this is just so much more pleasing to me than the new Cap. While I like the new Cap, I don't know, I'm still just all about this guy. Like, this is just, until that new Spidey comes out, because I know that folks are going to go gaga over that. This really is just the Spidey of the year so far.
Oh, for sure.
And quite possibly the legend of the year as well, until that new Spidey comes out.
Well, it's just something about like this. You talk about toyetic. I think there's something toyetic about this. You know what I mean? Just the clean, it's a basic color scheme, but it works so well with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going back a little bit, Fobster said, oh my God. He said, only thing I don't like about Inkblot is his face looks like my parents getting it on. But yeah, so my 4th pick right here. So number 4.
Nice. Let's see. Who do I want to pick? Let's see. I got two.
You got Null right there with you?
Oh, see, I actually do. Like, Null is here, but Null don't count. Seeing that not everybody has Null yet, and I really need to send this back to Hasbro. Like, I would imagine that the team is really pissed off at me right now. Like, granted, they haven't sent me any emails or anything like that. I haven't gotten anything from marketing. I do need to send this guy back.
They're gonna send you an influencer box with like a hidden camera in there, like see.
But let's see. Next, I would say, but no, actually, him and the Venom. God, they really are nice figures. These will end up on my top. They will end up in my top 10 somewhere.
Yeah,
they really will.
You know, when those were announced, I was also like in the thought process of like, you know, the price might be high, but like they are two giant, like big figures. You know what I mean?
They really are big figures. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, like Null himself. Like, if you look right here, like just to give another scale comparison. Like, I really shouldn't be showing him with other lines, but you look at just like how tall it is. It goes toe to toe with Mum-Ra, who, like I said, is close to 9 inches. I mean, it's a very large figure.
Yeah. Damn, I think it's badass.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking terrific, man.
Yeah, we filmed this live stream 2 weeks ago. Jay already sent it back. He doesn't have
Let's see. You know what? I think I'll go ahead and go with Bobby Vala's opus here.
Hell yeah.
Seeing that Joe Fest is going on, as you know, I think this weekend. Well, it was this weekend. But yeah, I am absolutely adoring the Valaverse. And I think just for Bobby's first attempt, and definitely it's not going to be his last go around here. Like, Valaverse is going strong so far. But for a company, his own company that hadn't made anything before, as far as just any type of solid product, as far as like any type of mass market product, when it comes to like online, for this first attempt, this really is a terrific line. And like I was saying on my live, I think it was like 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, somewhere around there, that for the bang for the buck that you are getting for these figures it's phenomenal, because each one comes with its own sidearm, its own rifle, its own edge weapon, plenty of hands, some come with alternate portraits and whatnot. Really, it is the best value out there, in my opinion, when it comes to any particular brand, any particular line, especially in the military genre, as it were. And of course, like I always have to put out the statement that yes, I do love my GI Joes, but I live in a world to where I both love my Joes and I love my Valaverse figures as well. And I think they're both great, but the value, I think, is really here on these guys. And like I said, to a lot of folks out there, with every video that I've done just to show off these guys, is if folks are feeling dubious, buy one. Just buy one, see what it is that you think, because I really do think, especially for a company that has just put out something new, something fresh, and just finding that it's this good, like it really is just this good on their first go around. I don't know, it just really excites the hell out of me. And not only that, it's just so cool, like just like the way that these, like the way that like even just like the Swarm figure just pops just on camera in pictures and whatnot, even as a builder. It really just is a cool figure. But you look at just like everything, when it comes to these guys, when it comes to the amount of accessories they come with, when it comes to sculpt, when it comes to articulation, like I said, the value is just there.
Yeah, I gotta give it to him, because watched, I think Analog Toys did a video, like the value you get for one of his figures versus something you might have bought from Hasbro. It's insane. I'm a sucker for the base stands. Those things are pretty rad.
Yeah.
So when I see those base stands, I'm like, oh, cool. But speaking of Valorous, did you see the panel? They uploaded the video of the announcement.
I did, yes. I got to skip through that a little bit. I think it was last night or this morning. Yeah.
Yeah, and my first Valorous order is going to be that bloody variant. Like that thing looks insane. Like
nice.
Yeah, but that thing's insane. They're all pinless too, right?
Yeah, they're all pinless.
Yeah, for his first go around, like that's impressive in my opinion.
See who you got next, man.
All right, man. So is Fobster still here? If he is, you'll like it. So here is mine, and I joked about it when I first got it, but my, I guess, top of the list right now is Mezco 112 Collected Spider 2099.
It's a great figure. It really is a great figure.
There's a lot of things with this. Like, there's good articulation on this. There's a nice range of motion. That's there's tons of accessories. I do like the box art on this as well, like the whole presentation, how this thing came delivered. The aesthetics of the suit too. It looks like it's one consistent piece, whereas you've seen before with like other Mezco Spider-Man figures, it's like a gauntlet arm and like different shade of red. Whereas this one, you know what I mean? It's one consistent color. The weak point's probably the cape. But in terms of like posing, I've had just as much fun posing this as I had the Symbiote Suit Spider-Man. And I like the unmasked Miguel O'Hara head and like the half mask one too, and the webbing accessories as well. But yeah, man, I only have 3 Mezcos, and this one's the top of the list of that, you know.
I'm telling you, man, if you like that 2099, as far who are your other Mezcos?
It's Thor Ragnarok and the Cable one.
Gotcha. I'm telling you, man, one of these days, like I said about Valaverse, I'll say the same thing about Rumble Society. Pick up one.
Pick up one.
pick up one. See what you think. Because they're man, I when it comes to Mezco, I got myself out of DC, of Marvel, because I just can't collect everything. And of course, because like I'm kind of all in on what it is that Mafex has been putting out, seeing that it's so true to the source material. But I'm still in it to win it with most of their Rumble Society stuff, especially when it comes to singular characters. And yeah, they're terrific. Like these skulls that are coming out, man, I'm so freaking stoked. I cannot wait to get those in hand. But yeah, dude, like freaking 2099, like if I was still diehard on collecting everything Marvel and everything Spidey, oh yeah, dude, like that thing would be at the tippity top of my list.
Yeah, so this one was like a lucky purchase for me because like by the time it was announced, like I saw the Amazing's review, I was like, damn, that is pretty nice. I wish I got it. I found a retailer that had it in stock for retail. I was like, crap, let me go order it then.
Nice.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, I got to get this.
Score on that, man.
Yeah, but I will definitely. I'm waiting for those pink skulls and see how I like those. And if not, or if I probably end up liking it, I'm probably gonna dig myself another rabbit hole of collecting.
just the posability on them themselves, dude. When it comes to those, to any of the skull figures, are just terrific.
Yeah. Did you end up picking this one up, or are you just completely done with anything like Marvel?
I'll be totally honest. The Amazing gave me one for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
So I have it hanging out here, and I've been playing with it. But at the same time, like it was like I'm not going down that rabbit hole, man. Like I know what it is that you're trying to do right now. I can't do it. I can't do it. The only way that I will do it is if they revamp their Symbiote Spidey. Then yes, of course, I'm going to pick that up. But anything else, I'm like, I just can't do it. I just can't do it, man.
So, because did you have that Symbiote Spidey? The
oh yeah, I've got it. Yeah, I do have it. I have the only 2. No, actually 3. I did keep 3. I kept 3 Mezco comic characters. So the first one is Deadpool. Second one is the Black House and Spidey, and the third that I'm having a lot of trouble getting rid of because it's just a great looking figure is their Iron Man. I think their Iron Man is breathtaking. I think it's a work of art. And for something that, you know, as far as just Mezco being a company that prides itself on its soft goods, seeing that, there's not a shred of cloth on that thing, that being one of their first that was just pure, just die cast and plastic and just sculpt, it's an awesome figure. Like, it really is an awesome figure.
I was going to say, is it all die cast? That's insane.
No, just a few pieces. But yeah, man, that Spidey 2099 is baller, dude. That thing is really nice.
Yeah, it's something about the material on this one I feel like is more of an improvement than other ones. So that's what makes me hopeful for their I guess it's the Steve Ditko inspired Spider-Man that's going to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I pre-ordered that one too.
Nice.
Yeah. But who you got, man? Who is the final or the main event you got in yours?
It's funny. It's like one wouldn't have thought it. It's a McFarlane figure.
No, oh man.
It's the Gene Stealer. It's the Gene Stealer. I absolutely love this thing. This is, for me, this is, the value builder of the year right here. Like, these things are just $20 on Amazon. I think I have how many? I have 5 so far. Just with the amount of posability. I mean, when you look at just like the crunch, how crazy it is as far as just, the waist swivel, as far as just the amount of arms this thing's come with, they're all double jointed. Yeah, it really is just a cool looking builder.
Double jointed on each arm.
Yeah. As you can see right here.
Oh man,
it's really cool. And like each one has like its own separate ball joint when it comes to the wrist. Yeah. So this is the build, just the inexpensive builder of the year for me so far.
Wow.
And like I said, the amount of posability. The only thing that I think it's just kind of lacking, but of course, that's going to come with the price. It's only $20. I wish it just had just a little bit more paint detailing just to bring out that sculpt, because when McF gets their sculpt right, they really do get their sculpt right. And the only thing that you'd want just to punch it up a little bit is just a little bit more of a wash. And bro, like, you're on fire after that. But yeah, I do love this Gene Stealer. One of the best little setups that I had done for one of my videos was the one that I had done for Valiverse. And I just had like one quick setup, and I said, you know what, let's go ahead and put the Gene Stealers up in there. And it just ended up looking gnarly as hell. With like just putting like all 4 or 5 of them that I had there. So yeah, like, this one is definitely top 5. I'm not sure where it is in the top. It's definitely not number 1.
Yeah, I was gonna be like,
I'm not gonna give Mick F a number 1 spot. No way.
We put it number 1.
He's messed up in other departments, way too much for me to actually, give him the satisfaction giving him a number 1 pick. But of course, I will always give credit where credit is due, and I think a lot of credit is due to this Gene Stealer here.
Yeah, it's crazy because like there's certain like lines that he has. It's like the Warhammer ones are so good from what I'm hearing. It's like, why can't we get this for DC, man?
Right? Like, the Warhammer figures are like, they're just like surprisingly good. It's just so freaking strange. Like, I have one of those Battle Sisters, another great figure in and of itself. And that's because like I know damn all about work. Like, I don't know the first thing about this stuff. I just know what looks like a good figure. And to me, this looks like a good figure.
Yeah. They put it in his top 5.
Yep. On the top 5 right there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now I'm probably have to go to Amazon now and buy a couple of these.
Try out one, dude. Just try out one.
Right.
You're gonna have some fun with it.
No, you're right though. When it comes to sculpt, when they nail it, it's bomb. But like sometimes it's a trade-off. Like the articulation could be ass, but that thing is dope. It's got double jointed elbows on each arm.
Yeah, and a crazy crunch, waist swivel. It really is great.
Nice. Well, thank you, Jay. I mean, do you have, before I guess we close, I just want to let people know, like, this isn't like a sequential order. It's just our top 5 in general,
Yeah.
before I give you the floor, I do want to thank you for joining me today and sharing this top 5 or your 5 figures for 2022 so far. Just mainly because, like, dude, honestly, during the pandemic and the height of it, like, everyone was doing live streams and podcasting and stuff like that. I gravitated towards your content because the authenticity and genuine, like the genuineness in it, and like I like that. Basically, it helped me get through some of the stuff during the pandemic. So it's like to see you come appear on my channel, do a podcast with me is really humbling. So I want to thank you, dude, for coming through.
Of course, man, and I thank you for the invitation, and of course I double thank you for enjoying the live streams and the content that I put out during the pandemic, man. Those are tough times.
Yeah, those are the toy TED Talks we get every like Wednesday.
Let me tell you all about hand johns.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about a little company called Megalopolis.
Oh my gosh. If anything fit in 2020, it'd probably be Megalopolis.
Oh man. Have you seen those Madball figures?
Yeah.
And like you know me, I try to give like every company the benefit of the doubt. I mean, even McFarlane, I'm like, who, you know, I will sometimes take with a grain of salt, but like when they make something good, they make something really good. Those Madball figures, man, they're not great. They're not great.
Yeah,
they're not great. They're not great looking figures. So you got to wonder like where it is that they are going with like battle toads and like all sorts of stuff. And not only that, you know, not that I want to get into where they got the money to do it, but we all know.
We all know. We're just not going to say.
Yeah.
But seriously, again, thank you again, Jay, for coming through, and thanks for everyone participating in the chat. Cerebral Deep, Ticklet Heroes, Fobster, Thomas Brock, and Ready697. Thank you again for joining me, Jay. I hope you have a good day, sir. And hopefully there'll be some more figures this year that'll crack in the top 5 for us. Maybe move a couple pieces out.
Oh, yeah. We're only halfway through. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of great stuff, man, that's coming out.
Yeah, man. Thanks again to everyone watching. Take care.